service layer. The events system. With events, your application can notify itself about different changes. For example, you can publish event for every customer registration. Event communication consists of two parts: event object, POJO class with needed properties, and event handler, logic class that reacts to the event. Event is fired using the event service class, and there are two modes. In sync mode, code will proceed only after event is handled, while in async mode, code and event are going in the parallel. Events that are extending the abstract event class are considered as synchronous events. In this example, you can see the event POJO, the event listener, the spring bean for the event listener, and how event was published. The only change you have to do to make your event as asynchronous is to implement the cluster-aware event interface. It's possible to have the event listeners enabled or disabled on the fly. For example, you can skip the spring bean definition for some handler, and later, when you need it, register it using the event service. Afterwards, you can unregister it back if needed. Here you can see how I've published the event multiple times. But the system reacted to it only when the related event listener was registered. The main purpose of the cluster-aware event interface is greater. As Hybris can work in the clustered environment, cluster-aware event is type of event that will be spread around the whole cluster to every single node. This interface is having publish method that works on the receiving side and has the source and the target node IDs as parameters. With this method, you can skip the certain events processing on the specific nodes. The other type of events is the transaction-aware event. Such events will be published only in the end of the transaction. In this example, inside the transaction, I've posted 5 different events with 3 different codes. In logs, I can see that all transaction-aware events with the same code were merged into single event. Let's wrap it up. The event system is a great way for an application to notify itself and its nodes about the certain changes. Events can be processed in sync or async way. Events can be shared across the cluster. Also, events can be delayed till the end of the transaction. That's it for the events system.